He was stabbed, burnt, made to sleep on the floor and cut off from his family. All this by his controlling girlfriend. Well, now Alex Skeel has decided to talk about his ordeal after she was jailed for 7.5 years. 22-year-old Jordan Worth pleaded guilty to grievous bodily harm and coercive controlling behaviour. She subjected Alex to mental and physical abuse for several years. Well, Alex joined me in the studio a little earlier and I began by asking him why he made the brave decision to speak out.
I want to use the experiences I went through to help professionals and help everyone come together and help people that are in the situation now, hopefully watching this on the telly, and to come out and say, yeah, I've been abused, and they can seek the help that I got.
So talk us through the start of your relationship then. Were there any signs at all of the abuse or what she was like?
Not at the beginning, no. It was fairly normal. It was fine. And then we went on a holiday to London, just a little break, and then there was another holiday when we went to Egypt, and on both occasions she disappeared. She did it to just muck with my head.
So for you that was a sign of the mental abuse, that was a start?
Yeah.
And how did it start to escalate? When did it start to escalate?
Well, I moved in with her parents, and she'd just take me to work late and all sorts of things like that, just to muck with my mind, so I got into trouble with people. And then she, there was one particular time she said that her mum got a message and that my granddad had died. And I was crying for a good 2 hours. Yeah, I was just absolutely devastated. About half an hour after that, she said, oh, I was lying. So I spent 2 hours thinking that I lost my granddad, and then finding out that he was actually alive, and it was such a weird, well, it just mucked with my head completely.
So it starts from these mental games, as you've put it, and then slowly she starts becoming more controlling, isolating you from your friends and family.
Yeah, because when I moved into her parents, and she sort of let me have a phone then. I had a phone, but I couldn't contact any of my family or friends that are from where I was from. And then we moved out to Stewartby, into our own place, and then it got worse and just kept developing more and more of the mental, and then the physical violence started then.
How did that start exactly?
I can't really explain it. She just flipped one night because I didn't do what she would want me to do, and I wasn't doing the right thing in her mind, and she lay in the bed with a Desperados bottle and basically hit me on the head when I fell asleep. And when I managed to get rid of that, she then got a hammer, started to do it with a hammer, and after about a few weeks I managed to run out of the house with the hammer and throw it in the field opposite. Basically, anything that I got rid of should find something new, so it went from bottle to hammer to bits of wood, plastic, like a plastic football pole with the spike on the end, and it was snapped, so the other end was jagged as well, and she'd try and stab me with that. Then it went to knives, and then it went to right near the end with boiling water.
So throughout this time, you're going through this incredible abuse, and you don't say anything. You're not saying anything.
No.
Why is that?
Well, she did say that if I was to say anything, she would kill me, or that my life would be completely ruined. And I didn't really know what to do. Neighbours sort of questioned it when I walked in the house, said, look, are you okay? I said, yeah, I just had a moment. She, are you sure it's you having a moment? And I said, yeah, it was me, it was me. But they knew for quite a while. They rang the police quite often, and the police come out quite a lot. So
talk us through the moment you finally spoke out.
Yeah, it was a week later, so the 10th, so the Saturday after this incident happened, and I got a knock on the door, and it was the same police officer, Ed Finn, and he goes, hello, mate. I was like, oh, hello. And thinking back, at that moment, he said, hello, mate, the way he did, I knew at that point that was it was done. But it took him a lot of time to persuade me to say it, because he went upstairs and he said, look, we see stab wounds a lot. This isn't this isn't you doing it, this is defensive injuries. We can clearly tell that you've tried to protect yourself. It's so obvious. I said, no, it's not that, it's not that. He got me in the police car and locked me in the police car, and he said, now you're going to tell me? I'm not going anywhere until you tell me. I said, no, honestly, I'm telling you the truth. He goes, you're not looking me in the eye. You're lying. I said, I'm not lying. He goes, you are. And he switched his body camera off, and then he asked me again. And straight away I said, yeah, she's been doing it, but can you just say it's from the neighbours? Because I don't want her. Because at that point I was still quite scared, but as soon as I was taken away from that environment, it was a massive, massive relief.
So it's gone through court. She's now been jailed for 7.5 years. Have you had any word from her? Have you spoken to her? Has she said why she did this?
No. There's been no explanation at all, no.
It's all about your future then. What are you looking towards?
I hopefully want to start a charity up for abused men to help them get out of the situation, or to help them recover if they had got out of the situation. And I just want to help people to speak out, to make it feel comfortable. I've done it and I'm in a far better place. If you don't talk about it, you're never going to get to that far better place. So at least give yourself a chance.
Alex Skeel speaking to me a little bit earlier about the astonishing abuse he had to live through over the last few years. Now, if you've been affected by domestic abuse, there's information about where to turn to for help. That's on our Facebook page. Just search for Channel 5 News.